Hey guys, and welcome back to Link's Awakening DX. Where are we off to now, Maxi?
Well, we're gonna talk to this giant fish.
Why, is he related to the boss we just slew? Should we bring him flowers?
No, this guy's actually descended from the sunfish, which I don't get what that means, because he is a sunfish. So, just listen to the music.
So I'm preoccupied with you Jesus-ing it up there.
Oh yeah, it's the best. The best part too is that for every frame that he's free, he's gonna keep descending and moving. So I'm just slowly falling down while the fish are having this dance number.
That's pretty sweet. Mambo's Mambo.
The first teleport song, this would later go on to evolve into all of the dungeon songs in Ocarina of Time.
There's no Bolero of Fire, but I'll live.
I actually really like Mambo's Mambo, and it's going to be used a lot in this playthrough because it can be used on the world map to send you to a little pond that's conveniently towards the center of the world map, but you can also use it in dungeons to go back to the start.
And you know where that was reused, kids? Answer, Song of Soaring in Majora's Mask.
Yep. Except now you can put a save state in the beginning of a dungeon. Clipping is so easy in this game. Just look at that. Just casually. I just want to clip into walls. And there's so many consequences to if you do things while in a clip state. Like the genie becomes a one-cycle boss. But there's also a lot of the keyholes, which you've seen already, but we haven't commented on. The keyholes have freaky little hitboxes.
Yeah, like to get into, I think it was the third dungeon, you basically hit it from behind.
Exactly.
One thing I never really got, like, why is it called the Rock's Feather? And, the rock was essentially a giant bird of, I think, Arabian legend?
Yeah, Arabian, because it's in the 1,000 Arabian Nights.
Like, they bring it up in, I can't believe I'm comparing this to Link's Awakening DX, but, we'll get to the ghost, don't you worry. They call it, like, the roof or something, that's like how you're supposed, I can't even say the word supposed today. That's how you're supposed to pronounce it.
Huh. Because I've always seen it spelled R-U-K-H.
Yeah, Zelda is the exception, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Now we got a full heart container.
What's the deal with Spectamic Ghostman over here?
Well, if you're watching this video on 60 frames, you'll see the ghost. If not, then good fucking luck with your 30 frame plebeian bullshit.
Well, that just adds to the immersion, because we're talking about something they can't see.
Oh my god. But this ghost is a ghost. He's annoying, and he will follow you. So you gotta deal with his problem, or he will continue to haunt you for all eternity.
Interesting fact, if you were paying attention during the boss fight of the last dungeon, you'll notice there's like a skull sprite in there, in the cavern, which doesn't appear anywhere else in the game. And when you come out of the dungeon, there's a ghost following you.
What? Dude, I didn't realize that. What?
I learned that not 2 days ago, and I'm so glad, because I've finally been able to blow your mind.
Holy shit. 4 Zelda playthroughs, and it's happened.
I'm getting better, what can I say?
Oh my god. That is so cool. And it just adds to the creepiness of Link's Awakening. I mean, yeah, a dead guy is sure whatever, but when you can see the remains of a dead guy and then have to deal with his ghost.
Right, so where are we going with this guy? Because I know there's the gravestone and I know there's his house.
We have to take him to his house first, and he will let you know where he wants you to take him. But first we're going to do probably the most optional thing that you're going to see me do in this playthrough. That's outside of the 100% definition.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just because this thing is huge. Like, if you look on the world map, you will see a giant, huge box of just blue. And it's dedicated to this rafting minigame that you can get a lot of goodies from, but more importantly, you can get money from, because we still need money. We don't have enough.
Well, we've got to buy the bow and arrow, don't we?
Yep. And we still got to buy stuff after the bow and arrows, so yeah.
I've always really enjoyed like this and the oracles in terms of like overworlds and whatnot. They're just very well designed.
I just love how interconnected they are. I always love it when I'm 3 dungeons away and I decide to explore where I'm at, and I go like a map square in the opposite direction, and I'm all of a sudden back where the first dungeon was. It's like, what? It's so weird, and it makes sense. Like, it shouldn't blow my mind, but it's such a good feeling to know that the map is so interconnected.
We're going, jeez.
Do you not see how difficult these rapids are to navigate? I mean, yeah, you can use the Rock's Feather to completely negate momentum, but it's still a pain in the ass to get, like, the Max Rupee route.
It's not quite the Rapids ride from Twilight Princess, which is still sick, even to this day.
Yeah, I'm still gonna roll with that one, too. The thing is, I love side quests in games. I'm just not really a fan of mini-games. Like, it's really fun to watch other people. That's why, it was cool watching in the Twilight Princess playthrough, but for me to actually do mini-games, I just don't like it. It's like, can I just play the game? I don't really need mini-games.
It's like in Majora's Mask, I never do that, like, those couple mini-games.
The Honey and Darling?
Yeah. I don't mind the archery. That's pretty fun, especially with the gyro. The gyro kicks ass, by the way. But, shooting stationary targets and then moving targets? Nah, I'd rather fire arrows at Octoroks, thanks.
This poor ghost, he had to pick the one asshole who's going everywhere but his house. It's like, dude, you could have haunted one of the enemies and maybe you could have convinced them to take you to the house, but I kind of got a 100% thing going, so it's gonna have to wait.
Well, how could he, though? Because all the things in there were water dwellers.
True. I mean, it just builds on that theory that it's his skull. He just leached onto the nearest, human.
Oh my god, it's my stand. There's an evil spirit following me.
It is the lamest stand of all time. It just annoys you.
Oh.
It's cheap trick, but without the clingy backness. We'll get to you. Just you wait. But now we're actually getting to his house, but not really, because there's stuff by his house, so... Screw you, Ghost. I got shit to do.
Yeah, we got some looting to do, mate. You may as well just bop along behind us for a bit.
It's like, you're dead. You got all the time in the world. I'm still living, and I have limited time.
But my house! We'll get to the house.
If you don't chill it, I will end the house.
The ghost is the equivalent of me saying, have you done the latest part of Final Fantasy yet? Have you done the latest part of Final Fantasy yet?
Oh my god. God.
Just saying, man. I can only be polite about it for so long.
Hey look, the Mad Batter, he's back.
Hey kids, you want an upgrade?
No kids, just say no to batters.
I love this whole thing of, he thinks he's giving you a really nasty curse, but it's really beneficial to you. They bring this back in Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door down the line.
Oh yeah, the guy who gives you the new forms. Do they ever, specify who that is?
No, it's just an evil entity.
Huh. Maybe it could be the Mad Batter, then.
Yeah, just his spirit. Every Nintendo franchise takes place, much like Pixar, in the same universe.
You joke, but I'm pretty sure I could find at least 10 Tumblr pages with literally walls of text supporting that.
No, I'm not joking. I support that theory. Especially because it means by the time of Wall-E, all the cars are dead.
Oh, good. Good. All of them. Fuck them. I don't care.
Especially Lightning McQueen, but especially Mater.
It's a random seashells in the little island, all alone.
Take me to the house, we're getting there!
And he plays the little jingly thing on every screen transitions. I get it. I even get why, because he's supposed to be annoying. But here's the thing. He's annoying, you want to smack him in his, non-existent face, and then we're supposed to feel sorry for him. No, sir. Not happening.
This is unique music, isn't it?
Yeah. And I like it. Nostalgia, unchanged. No green eyes.
I've seen enough of this shithole. That's why I went off to seek fame and fortune in that locked dungeon.
Then got eaten by a pathetic boss.
Ugh.
Way to go, buddy.
Well, maybe it's good that the game ends the way it does then.
It ends.
Oh yeah.
The game ends. Spoilers. I don't need pizza. It's kind of weird, like, towards the beginning of the game, I was working so hard to keep a good enemy count, so I was getting pizza at the start of the first 2 dungeons. But by the time I finished the 4th one, it's like, whatever, I don't even care. I'm strong enough that I'll kill enemies quickly without it.
I'm a strong, independent Mexican-based monkey who don't need no pizza power.
I could/should have done this while I was on the date with Marin, but, you know, I needed to pay attention to her, not be reading books. Keep note of that. That is very important. And it's also DX exclusive.
Oh yeah, how'd you like that, Game Boy Mono plebs?
Hey, I love my Game Boy brick, alright? That is a deadly weapon, and I have used it.
Well, the OG white and purple one holds a special place in my heart, mostly because it's one of the only Game Boy iterations that I never owned. I had like Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Mono, which I just discussed, Game Boy Color.
And this is the pawn that you teleport if you use the Mambo.
Pretty sick tune.
Yeah, it's nice. It's alright. All the tunes are nice. The music in this game's good. We'll say it again, over and over. The music in Link's Awakening fucking kicks ass.
Good gosh, say it again, y'all. Zombies.
I know, that's so fucking weird.
Didn't sign up for this shit.
Night of the Living Dead. They invade the village.
Yeah, we've been babysitting a spectre.
I like how the owl's like, it's been a long time. It's only been 5 minutes, dude. You're getting clingy. Stop it.
I get tutorial build up very fast. Gotta release it all over you.
Photo shoot.
How big are those flowers?
Friggin' huge.
Perspective is really off in this game.
They just decided to put these little cutscenes in for the remake. I highly doubt that they put in a lot of...
I'm just nitpicking, it's fine.
See, look at that, that's adorable. The ghost appeared in the picture.
He's at peace now. Well, he didn't pass on properly until the picture was taken, but aww.
He just wanted to see his house to make sure that it hadn't changed, which, if no one's living in it, that's kind of a given. Them diagonal jumps. Don't ever doubt the power of jumping in a Zelda game.
Ooh, are we going to the special DX exclusive dungeon?
Yes, that's why I read the book beforehand, so that we could have the solution to the puzzle that you can just memorize and is the same solution every single time. And we get a remix of the Zelda 1 dungeon.
That's pretty
My
wicked.
dick right now is rock hard.
It's piercing the stratosphere.
And I actually really do like this dungeon. A lot. This is probably one of my favorites in DX.
Is that like copyright protection? Like, you can't play this on the Game Boy Mono.
I guess? But color carts don't even work. You put it in, you get this weird screen. It's like, this game can only be played on Game Boy Color. I know, I've tried to play Crystal on an old Game Boy.
That opening animation of Suisun and the Unknown, just too powerful for the OG.
Too good.
So I always like this. It was just a nice little addition you get for purchasing the better version of the game. These guys look so much like Yoshi's Island enemies.
Which ones?
You know those boos that come out of the floor and or ceiling and are all like blur?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of Yoshi enemies memorized, so I always have to be... You gotta specify with me on that one.
This may be kind of obvious, but the more you jump on the coloured tiles, the more you're going to wear them away. It'll start off at green, then go to like yellow/orange, and then finally red, and after red, you'll just have like a blank space that you can fall into.
If you've ever seen a traffic light, then you know. I always love these kinds of boss fights where, you know, just turn the stupid item into the most deadly thing on the face of the earth. Just sprinkle the powder.
Kind of gives the game away by turning into the one enemy you can get a crazy reaction from if you use the powder.
Except he doesn't turn Jamaican.
Well, he put all his energy into taunting you at the start, I guess.
What if the magic powder is actually just salt, and those enemies are like part slug, and you're just drying them out by putting salt all over them? I mean, it makes it less whimsical, but at the same time, way more gruesome.
The mind boggles. Nice use of Mambo's Mambo to get back to the start of the dungeon.
I'm telling you, we're going to be using it a lot. It just makes dungeons so much more manageable. Here's the thing about the color dungeon. Not only is the music very reminiscent of Zelda 1, the dungeon itself is the closest LADX will ever get to touching Zelda 1. In that, there's no real, one path to go here. There's just rooms with keys, and you gotta find them. And there's multiple mini-bosses in rooms. And pretty much every room is just a square, and you have to try and find which exit to go to.
Just classic Zelda dungeon design.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent. I mean, I'm not gonna say, oh my god, this is as good, because it's not. I mean, there's still a very simple, go to this room to get to that room, but at least they're trying. At least I can see the similarities, and it warms my cold, not casual heart.
Man, that would have been so sick if you'd gotten them all in the respective holes at once.
That would have been sick, and no one would have believed I'd done that for real.
Oh jeez, this gave me trouble back in the day.
I like how the solution is just hit all the outer non-corner ones and you're good.
Well, my childlike brain couldn't fathom that back in the day. You know, it's like in Silphco. You have to step on the thing, step back on it, and then walk to the right. Just can't do it.
Well, what about in Gen 2, where the button combination is 3, 2, 1? I spent a month trying to figure out the button presses. And this is another thing. I like this boss, how it's just, attack. I like bosses where the boss can hurt you just by walking in, and then you have to try and find a way to slice them up.
I'm going to say this very quickly, because we may not have time to discuss both options, but you're going to get an extra tunic here. If you want power, permanent power, like a permanent piece of power, go for red. If you want a permanent guardian acorn, go for blue. And I believe you opted to go with the red one for this. Yes,
because canonically, in A Link to the Past, the red tunic is better, and also it's more HellfireComms-ish.
Yeah, not brain scratcher blue. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.